Hello, everybody. It's me, Anna, and we have Robin here.
Right?
And we're hoping Sandy will join us, but
Explain. We did all wake up with snow this morning. So
yes. So, yep. But here we are, and I guess what are we doing? Just talking at
Yeah,
who's doing
your
what?
project. What have you been doing?
Oh gosh, projects.
Do you want me to go first?
Yes, go ahead.
All right.
You have more.
So I am super excited. I just did this quilt. Do you want to show the quilt or the pattern first?
The
This is
pattern
the pattern.
good. Yeah.
It's called.
So you use the fabrics that are shown.
Yes, I used
okay.
exact fabrics. I did change one fabric. Does that make sense? We used Forgotten Memories by Minky Kim, and this is also her pattern. But it was a fast one. It was fun. It's the one where you do 10-inch squares, draw your lines diagonally. So on each side of the line, cut it apart, and from that 10-inch square, you get 8 half-square triangles.
Awesome.
So here's my quilt.
Nice.
And I love it. It's so fun. Can you see?
That's a good size.
Yeah,
too.
it's a big one too. Let's see. Oh, it's 64 by 80.
Yeah, that's a good size.
So it's a good size and it's fun. And I've never made a quilt where it grade 8's down. And so it was super fun.
What
I love
fabric
the way-
did you change?
What?
What fabric did you change?
I changed this one. It was supposed to be this plaid one right here. And then I realized I hadn't used that fabric, so I threw it in right there.
Oh.
And I did it differently than she said to put it together. She said to put it together in blocks, and I laid it out and put it in rows. So I just did rows because I could use my 4-foot by 12-foot sewing table.
Yeah.
And lay it out. And I didn't want to get confused because I kind of was getting confused making it as a block.
Yeah.
So that just shows you that you can take a pattern and change the way to put it together. But it took me all day on Monday to square up these.
Yeah.
There was 384 of them. But who's counting?
But you use your block lock.
I did. I love the block lock.
Yeah.
Can I just say?
Do you have the rotating?
So a rotating mat and a block lock and
Yep.
a nice sharp blade and some good music.
Or a movie.
Get you every time.
Oh.
I didn't do a movie. I did a movie yesterday. But if I was in that mode that sometimes music's a little
whatever works for you. It's
just anything that puts you in the zone, right?
yeah.
Because
I was
that's where I was.
wondering how does this quilt come out so much faster than
Because
couple of the
all it
others?
is half square triangles.
Yeah.
So sewing those the way you did,
Yeah.
like they don't stretch at all. Then you have room to, so I think that's why it's fast because everything was the same,
You're just repeating.
Took a little bit longer to lay it out. But then again, I had a picture on my iPad, zoomed in one piece at a time, did the row. I only, knock on wood, only messed up one half square triangle until I start quilting it and go, oh, that one's backwards. Oh, well, too late now.
So far looks good. I don't see boo-boos.
Good. So I'm excited it's done.
Yeah. It's nice.
That's a fast one considering
that's
how
a
my
fast one.
Christmas quilt.
well,
We won't talk about that.
Yeah. No. Oh.
All right, what you got? So
Do you want to talk about this one too, or?
We can, because it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's one of my most favorite quilts, I think. These two are they're light, they're bright, they're fun. This is the Wonder pattern. This is a great pattern. I would say this was an excellent beginnerish, just because there's no bias. So.
I like the little jump intro.
Right. So we have kits for this one. I'm excited. They're fun. It's a fun one to make.
So you
And it
like
has-
reading the pattern?
Yeah. With both of them, there's great instructions. And I love when you have great instructions.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
Yes.
So you have good- You're like all the way over there on the end. Short girl short girl got a big girl chair that makes her equal to.
Give her
You're
the
taller
culture.
than me though. But
I don't know if I am now, but I'm sitting lower than
Do you
you
want to borrow my quilt?
My chair is higher.
because I'm not normally the short girl.
No, she's always the taller one. Anyway.
So I did
Oh my God.
a bag.
So cute.
This is Knot and Threads, her new bag pattern, How the Things Taught. And this is the medium size. I was so excited sewing it yesterday, and I started getting into the handles, and I'm like, oh, I didn't get my strapping.
Oh no.
So yeah, so I'm like, well, I'll still finish
So cute.
the body and do the straps later. But it's such a fun pattern, and like she doesn't give you directions for the different fabrics.
Uh-huh.
And I can link directions to where I got the idea from, but it's on Knot and Thread, and the other lady, if you go to Knot and Thread's Instagram, you probably can find how she did that. We're planning on having kits in the store, and I'll provide directions how I did it, so you can get what you see here.
I
But
love that. It's got pockets
Yeah.
on the ends.
yeah,
I
has
feel
pockets
like-
in the ends. For the medium and large, there is a stabilizer sleeve inside.
Oh my goodness.
But
Oh.
I don't know. I installed the fabric like she said,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know if you really need a stabilizer in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
think it's optional.
And how is this beginner friendly? Like
I would say
those of
so.
us who don't
It's like-
make bags?
It looks
The
like a more
binding
simple-
actually was easier than on the duffel bags.
Okay.
Oh,
There are no
So-
zippers here.
No zippers.
Plus, I
But-
feel like this would be a really cute cross-stitch bag
Yes.
or a yarn
Or
bag.
yarn bag.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually, if I'm
Or-
gonna do another one, because she gives you directions how to install the stabilizer sleeve.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking I'm actually gonna do pockets on the inside,
Yeah.
Thank you.
because
Yes, yes.
you just need to kind of do it like the stabilizer sleeve, and
Uh-huh.
that will give you a direction where to start to put them. So I think on the next one there are gonna be pockets inside. Just
You know, there's going to be
So
many
cute.
of these made by Anna.
yeah, actually.
I'm like, I need one in every size. And then I'm like, can we have a plus?
Ew.
And then
So
she's
I am already thinking I'm gonna do the other two sizes. I don't know why, because I have
'Cause
so
you have a
many
bag
bags. I do have a bag thing. They're just fun to make.
Yeah.
It's like
in my head, I
know.
want to be a bag
A
girl.
bag lady?
Yeah.
You know, but
Oh,
for whatever reason, they intimidate me.
but yeah, I quilted it yesterday. I went home and I think it kind of took me longer to figure out the placements so the stripe will match here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll provide that for you in our kit. And like I said, that lady, she tells you how she did it. It's not very detailed directions, but I don't know. You can make it work.
That's adorable.
Very cute.
That's for me. Another thing, I know I've showed it before it was completed. It was in a baggie, just
Yes.
That's
cut, but we decided to, like, the pattern, it's kind of a wall hanging,
Uh-huh.
and it has a border, but we choose to do it in a frame, so we didn't put the borders on.
Is that like an 11 by 14?
No,
No?
it was 20. Let's see what
11
the
by
frame.
20?
The frame is 19 by 15.
Oh, okay.
So
And was this one where you got a Hobby Lobby and it had something in
yeah,
it that
it
then
had
you took
kind
out?
of a plywood or wooden thing with a saying on it,
Yeah.
and I took it out. We have the Hobby Lobby directions in the back, so if you, Emerald can probably put that there.
You need to know what frame it is.
Yeah, so if you want to track that frame, but yeah,
Awesome.
it was fun and kind of quick one
Yeah,
to
that
make
was-
too. So
Cute.
but
so cute.
So after we're done selling it, would it be in your sewing room?
yeah, probably yeah.
It would just be. You have all
But,
these
yeah, I
decorations.
probably kind of know where to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's cute.
that's for me.
Good job, ladies. Sorry I was late.
Oh, you're
That's
okay.
okay.
It's weather.
We excuse you because of the snow.
Oh, well, yes, let's use that.
Yes. I got stuck behind the cleaning crew. So
Oh.
they had 3 trucks, so each lane was taking, and I'm like, why is everybody going so slow?
Yeah.
But,
Grateful
yeah.
for those snowplows, but
Yep.
sometimes
Yes.
we curse them.
Yep.
But the thing is, like, the roads were not that bad, and they were cleaning it. And other times there's been like snow, and they should be there, and
Yeah.
but they probably clean it
Sometimes that little
elsewhere.
fine layer of snow can be just as
It could
dangerous
be.
as the deep, heavy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And I see you talked about your gorgeous quilt.
Yes.
Love it.
And-
love it.
Got this one done.
Ooh.
So-
oh, I'm excited for that.
That
one.
was pretty
Yes.
fast. For
Yeah.
Robin, I'm sorry.
It was a 3-dayer.
This fabric line collection. I
Oh,
don't
no.
think we have shown
Because
it.
we just got it.
No,
They just got it.
let's
It was now
show.
label.
Yeah, because they still have bands on.
Oh, look at that.
We can open that panel so everybody can see. I love the people. on
Oh, I
here.
know.
The
The
pirates.
pirates.
The pirates.
Makes me want to go to Disneyland. Go to Pirates of the
I
Caribbean.
know, right?
Just drop something. There we
I
go.
don't know. I'm going
Yo,
to Disney
ho,
World.
Oh,
Oh, stop talking.
do we order the full collection of this?
Hey,
No, we got the full collection.
But it's-
or- but it's
It's
lot.
a pretty good
look how
size,
cute
so
that
it could
panel
be.
is
yeah.
for all your guys in your
that's the
life.
map.
And there
Yeah.
is a free pattern, quilt pattern
Look how
on
cute
Riley Blake
that is.
Designs that
Got the-
uses the panel.
The whole world,
Got the whole world.
right?
Oh,
Look how
yeah,
cool
that
that
would be
is.
really cool.
Cute little octopus.
So
It can be your wall hanging, and then you can pin which country you have been to.
there you go.
Yep.
It's cute. And I love this print.
This is kind of nautical,
Nautical, yeah.
whatever way you say it.
And it's got is that big giant, is that a kraken? Is that what they call
Oh,
that big?
in the pirates,
Yeah.
yes.
But it's just, there's the Loch Ness Monster, whales. Anyway, that's cute. But these little people that make me sing the pirate
I
song.
almost like one of Pussycat and
I know, they're so
I
fun.
don't know why, but
They're fun.
kind of framed them.
Yeah. And is this by Dina?
It's by
No, it
Citrus
will
and
say
Mint.
right here.
Citrus and mint.
Oh, Citrus and Mint. Yep. And it is called Hoist the Sails. So, just a fun collection.
Hoist the sail.
If you've got a boy that needs a quilt.
This whole thing reminds me of my high school history class.
Oh, yeah?
There are a lot of pirates in Taiwan in the old time.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, we see a lot of
Oh, we
these
didn't
kind of
talk about
images.
pirates in history.
No. Maybe
The
we should
pirates
take
came
your
to
history.
our
Right?
country.
Your history sounds more fun.
Right? Who doesn't want to hear about the pirates?
They were fighting anyway. So
Well, we had lots of fighting in our history. I guess that's what
Well, every
happens
history.
in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on.
yeah.
That's cute.
Oh,
And we got the new, I just saw these to the side.
Yep, the new.
New, did you show these already?
Nope.
So Lori has a new tin out, tin mug.
Oh, that is cute.
That is cute.
Oh, that's
Oh, that
fun.
one's a
we
cute one.
should
With
leave
the
one
spools?
out.
Yeah,
Oh,
with the
yes.
spools.
Yeah, because we won't have any more.
So it just has these darling.
And is
spools
this one
and
made a
flowers.
bit different than the others?
No, I think it's the tin.
I know,
think
but
it-
the edge kind of looks
shape
different
is
to me.
silver.
I don't know.
but
Pretty cool.
it's so
I think
cute.
it's bright and fun. And
Springy.
But yeah, we need to leave one out because it looks so much
Yes.
cuter out of the box.
yes, it does, because that box kind of throws you off.
Yeah, but that's
Makes you
cute.
think it's more like that.
I like fun stuff. What else have we got going on, ladies?
Oh, I don't know. Lots and nothing. At
Lots
the
and
same,
nothing?
Yeah, at the same time.
I know.
Don't
Doesn't
you
that
feel
the way
like
life is?
I
Lots
think
of going on and nothing.
January, it's like that for me. There is a lot, but nothing really, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Nothing
it's
finished for me, which isn't unusual.
well, you do a lot
But
behind
I'm
the scenes
working on
and
my
stuff.
March.
Oh, the life is a
Oh.
Yeah,
across
life is
That's-
just a bowl of cross stitch.
Yeah, you're
always
doing a lot. You just can't show it.
Do that, run the shop,
Yeah.
That's true.
shop up, do like
Oh yeah, that
all
yeah, that
kinds
reminds
of
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things I
Kinda-
need to get done.
busy.
Yep.
Always busy, busy.
Okay,
Now
Emerald,
Go Emerald.
I sense.
Now it's
have
your
you got some
So-
questions for us?
Yes, because I was listening to people talking, and they were talking about how they handle their sewing stress when they like start when you start get a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How do you distress yourself when the projects become too much to you? Because for me, I like to just clean my sewing room. Because I like to just stay in the space, but I don't want to sew, so that's other things I can do.
Yeah.
And sometimes you find some unfinished things, and then you finish them, so you feel like, oh, nice. You feel good about yourself.
I think cleaning up your work area is crucial for me for stress. Clutter stresses me. Can you imagine the stress I feel upstairs? Because I live in clutter, and I'm a messy creative person. I'm messy, but if I can start with a clean surface, I have like a fresh mind.
Right? Like start out clean and end messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sewing's not supposed to be stressful.
No,
Yeah,
see,
it's
that's
supposed to
that's
be your
the thing.
hobby.
Like for me, when I'm in the middle of a project and I'm really stressed and I need to like get through it and do it because there's like a deadline or whatever, I put it on my quilting machine, like all the mess, just move it.
Yeah.
So my sewing table's all clean. Turn on some good music, turn on a fun movie, turn it up really loud where your teenagers are like, Mom, that's a little loud. Maybe you should turn that down. Leave me alone. Bye-bye. But most of the time mine is not, and I just have to make myself get in the zone. Like I stayed up till like 1:30 last night finishing this because I was in the zone and I wanted to do it. I knew today would be a tired day, but I was like so close.
Yeah.
And you wanted to get through it to.
Yeah.
But for me, that's what. I mean, I like the clean space or whatever, but it mostly is I just have to.
You just want to be
I
there.
just have to. Okay, I got to do this.
And I've been known to get a laundry basket. I don't have time to go through everything, put everywhere. Get a laundry basket, get it out of my area. Just put it in the laundry basket. I can sort through it later.
Right.
So that my brain can focus on what I'm doing.
I've done a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess I think I sew differently than a lot of people. I think people that work in a quilt store, there's a different level of stress.
Yeah.
Because you have the time.
Because we do kind of have a time crunch.
Yeah,
or,
for some
I don't know,
projects.
for
And
some
I'm
things.
always better if I know I have a dedeadline. I do way better than if I don't because that's why I have like 9 cupboards full of projects.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, But so I do much better with a deadline.
Yeah.
Much better when I know that I gotta get it done.
I think I need to create like a visual because I have a project that it kind of was last summer that we put it on hold to be done for this time. And I'm like, there was like, oh, we have time. And suddenly like, oh, I don't have time.
And
So
2023
I think I really need to start writing stuff down because it's in back in my mind, but I don't quite put it with a time frame. And suddenly it's like, it's here. And I'm like, I'm not ready. It was like, so So I think need to organize myself better that way. But I've never been like a note-taking person. But with age, that things kind of change. So now I think I do need to start, and it's hard to retrain yourself.
So there's this book called Getting Things Done, GTD method. And I love his book. But he talks about how the stress that we feel with all the things that we need to do and trying to remember and stuff. And he talks about doing, a brain dump. Like, you've got a lot on your mind. Write it down. Sort through it. Does it need to be done today? If not, just getting it on paper, on a calendar.
Where you can visually see it and know.
It frees up your mind because your mind's thinking about it anyway. As long as you're like, I got to remember to do this, got to remember to do this.
And
It
you
just
get
kind of bogs down your
overwhelmed
mind.
and
where-
shut down.
Yeah.
And
Plus, it's fun if you can make it in a checklist form and then
Yeah.
you can check it off. Then you're like, oh, look at me. I got something done.
So if you ever want any good time management stuff, which I like to read up on, and but his book is awesome. I have his audio book and then I have his written book. It's called
so
Getting
he has
Things
it
Done.
in audio. Oh, I should
It's available in
find that.
audio book.
Is that
It's really
how,
good.
Is that how you create your UFO list? Were you inspired during that time?
Well, I get good about doing his process, and then sometimes I slack. But yeah, so
it's life.
especially with
Yeah.
my email, like I can get my email list that needs attention can get really long, and then I go, okay, I got to remember what he said. And he also has things, and this has nothing to do with sewing, or maybe it does. It applies to everything in life.
Yeah.
He has like the 2-minute rule.
Mm-hmm.
If it can be done in 2 minutes, do not pick it up and put it somewhere, you know.
Yeah,
Like if you
just
look at a
do
piece of
it.
paper and taking care of that can be 2 minutes, you don't get to put that off.
See,
You
that-
just have to do it.
We have issue with our mail, and like I don't always understand how the mail, but I'm getting pretty good. But like sometimes my husband just will open it, look at it, and just leave it, and I'm like, okay, recycling, shredding, keep.
Yeah.
You know, at least separate it. It's like don't just pile it, and we'll pile,
you gotta look
pile,
through it
pile. Yep. And then stack it in a box, and then one day we'll sit and go through it. But finally, we have a shredder, so we put it in a place where we can just shred the
Yeah.
things right away. So right now it's working. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
both, I'm bad too, but he's like, if you open the mail, just separate it, because I'm like, if there's empty envelope, I recycle it right away. And I was like,
And I'm like, take it out of the mailbox. If it's junk, immediately.
yeah.
Don't sit it
Walking in, throw it in the
throw it in the
recycle.
garbage.
Yeah.
But,
So
yeah.
we like
We were
to
going to talk
shred.
about stressful sewing. We're just talking about stressful
Stressful
life.
sewing.
I mean, I guess
That's
it's
part
the
of
same
it, too.
handling ish part. What were you going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's the same type of way to handle it.
Because most of the time, sewing for all of us is a stress reliever.
Right.
Yeah,
And
it
it's the
should
thing that
be.
keeps us
Yeah.
going. But sometimes it can get overwhelming.
much.
Yeah.
You know,
And
where you
then-
have too much, or, you know, I don't make lists. I make, here's what I need to do in a pile.
pile
If I
them.
don't need to do it, you can
But
go in
you
my
see it.
cupboard.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then you come back to
That's
it.
a good
that
way.
makes sense.
But if I, like, especially if it's something I have for work, I have, you know, that counter.
Yeah.
So I set it, okay, this is my work pile. When I get the backs, here's the binding. So if you have a minute and you're like, oh, I can make binding. But
And I've started a thing where I have a basket down by my couch that I have a couple of hand projects in. And then I spend in my evenings a lot of time upstairs with my mom. And so I took a couple of projects up and just put them in my drawer upstairs so that if I'm going to be just sitting watching TV with my mom, I have something I can grab. And those things that I'm working on are not necessarily deadline things, but they're hand
bring you
projects that,
joy.
that
Just need-
That are
need
fun.
to be
Want to
finished.
be
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like
so-
having cross stitch by your, you know.
I
Having
always
it out
have
and
a cross
available,
stitch
yes.
on my chair.
Yeah.
You
And
always-
sometimes I usually have 2 or 3 projects in those baskets because
You don't
the
know
mood
what you
isn't
want.
always want to, you know.
There's at
What you
least
feel
3
like
to
it.
4.
Yeah.
So another question is like we're seeing more and more social media posts nowadays. Do you feel like those things add to your stress of wanting to accomplish more project? You see something, you're inspired, you want to do more. Do you
For
feel like that
me,
add to
they
it?
add, well, don't necessarily add to my stress, but definitely take away from my time. Because once you start scrolling, you kind of stuck in that loop that you can't stop until you get to the
No, that's never going to happen.
So yeah, but it's good creative way to find ideas and new projects, which adds to the stress too. But I don't know, it can be both ways.
You just have to make it be,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because like when you're stuck in a creative rut, I think it can be so helpful
Yeah, I agree.
to look on social media plus seeing people doing stuff, you know.
Inspired.
But you definitely have to limit your time so that you know.
And just be
Don't.
aware, be self-aware of what it's doing to you. So I have to be, like, sometimes I will get into social media and start scrolling and I start to think, oh, they're so good. And I wish I could design like them. I wish that, and so when I see that happening in my brain, I have to just turn it off.
Yeah.
I have to stop looking because I'm like, okay, now you're just comparing yourself and that's not healthy. And so I just, or sometimes it's just inspiration and I love it.
Because
But
there
I
are
just have
some
to be
great
aware
you just have to.
of where I am in my mental health
Yeah.
Not
and what it's
comparing.
doing.
And you don't have to look at everybody's everything. But like my favorite people that I like to stay up on, you know, and see their stuff, I mark them as a favorite on my Instagram. So they're the first ones that come up. And so like every time I open, it's usually pine needles, and then salt and pepper, and then
Yeah.
you get
You'll
your
filter
favorites, and so you're like, oh look, and then you're like, oh, I feel fulfilled and great, and
Yep.
now I'm gonna swipe it off, put it away, and create my own.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's what I try to do.
And I like to follow things that aren't anything that I have a talent for.
right?
Like
Yeah.
my daughter crochets, and I like to follow these crochet people because I'll just send her things, because they're fun for me to look at. Because that's not my thing,
Yeah.
and I don't do it, and so I just get to enjoy what they're doing.
I love cake ones too.
Yeah.
I love just
Those are
seeing
fun.
how people finish things, and then when you see it, you're like, "Oh, this is so soothing."
creative.
Yeah.
Right?
So
I just yesterday was on Instagram, and I don't know if I hadn't followed them. It was one of those like suggested posts or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
and I went to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was just scrolling through their whole thing, and I'm sending it to Kathy, and I'm look at this, and it's another store back east, I think it was back east in Wisconsin or something. Anyway, I was like, oh my gosh, so much inspiration for store displays and stuff. I was like,
Oh, that's awesome.
We,
So,
we
yeah.
need to take a road trip.
So I told Kathy, I've got to go there.
Here we come. Store's closed. Let's go.
Yep.
that's
Right?
That's the sucky part, being friends with your coworkers, because
We
like
can't all go
Yeah, I
together.
know. We
Yeah.
want to
It
do
wouldn't
all
be
this
fun
fun
if we
stuff,
couldn't
and it's
go.
like, oh,
Yeah, we can't shut down and take everyone.
I told you, we just have our daughters come run the store.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Right? I have two, and you each have one. Like,
Yep.
yeah, we'll just
We
make
could
the
have
girls
Lily
run it.
come, Kathy.
Right?
We could-
See? We'll just make
my
our girls run it.
husband
And
has
hope
offered
it-
I love
Right?
Kathy's
Let our
smiles.
customer know, come on.
Come give our girls some challenge. Wouldn't that be so fun?
That would
Maddie
be
would have
fun.
everybody crocheting,
That
and
would
so
be
would
funny for a
Kaylee.
day.
Man, it will not finish in a
back.
week.
Yeah.
It would be
take probably
entertaining.
a
We'd
whole
have to
week.
put up cameras
Yeah.
to watch
Wouldn't
them.
it not be so fun to see what
Yes.
happened to the store?
Have them stressing out.
Because they
I
all
don't
know
what
all
do we
about
do?
it,
I
right?
don't know.
And then you'd be, Mom, what
I
do we
know
do?
our phone's gonna be buzzing.
And we'd just be sitting back laughing.
It would be so fun to see.
Or
what
would
they
we?
did.
I'd be sitting back stressing. Oh my gosh!
What just happened?
Our customers are never going to come back.
No, it's just temporary.
Yeah,
So.
it would be actually be probably entertainment. Our customers would like to come in.
Yep.
They probably
Right?
have
Just
more
see how it goes.
patience
Girls,
with
yeah.
them.
So
yeah.
maybe we'll do that one day.
Oh yeah.
Bring your daughter to work day, or
Oh, wouldn't that be
You
so
know?
fun? Oh, gosh.
And before we finish, can we talk about this club? Also, you created a list people can put their. We put it on our
UFOs?
yeah.
yeah. So there is a list for your cross stitch UFOs that I put up, so that you can kind of make a list. And mine is a little bit different because mine says, like, the pattern. Have I selected the supplies? Purchase supplies. Mine says assigned to the stitcher, because sometimes Kathy will stitch, sometimes Pat will stitch for me, sometimes I do. And then it's like stitched, finishing, selected, finished,
Yeah,
so that I
all
can
the
know, okay, I've got a
steps.
frame picked for that one, or I've got, something in mind.
Yeah.
But that's something to just kind of help keep you organized.
So we'll put the link in this video as well.
And then we have a new block of the month that we've started this month, and I did not advertise it because we were waiting for the patterns to arrive. So, and I just didn't want to push it till I knew the patterns were going to be in our shop. But this is called a Little Women Christmas, based on Louisa May Alcott's book Little Women, and it is a wool block of the month. Wool background, wool applique. There's going to be, in the patterns, there's going to be some beads and things that we add to it to just kind of bougie it up a little.
Yeah. You say, when I saw that, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. So there's
so cute.
there's how many blocks in it? Now I have to read because I can't remember. I think does it say on here how many blocks? It does. The blocks are 11 by 15. It finishes 30 by 64. Starts in January, your first block. And so there's 11. 11. So it starts in January this month, and you can sign up at any time. So if you sign up in February, when the February is ready, you'll get February and January. But it goes through November, so because you're working on it along the way, and then you're just sewing your wool blocks together, you can have it done for Christmas.
So is it a mystery or you can see the whole thing
Right
somewhere?
now, we have the first pictures up of the first 4
Okay.
on our website. When you go to Block of the Month, and you can see the first. I think I've got the first 4 blocks pictured.
You got me at the first one. I mean,
This
I saw
house.
that and I was
Okay, the
like, are
first
you
one-
kidding me right now?
The first one is not as exciting. The first block is the Christmas in
It's
Concord.
not as exciting, and I'm loving it.
And with
I
the
think-
bird, well, it's got a bird on it.
Hello.
Robin, no, but it's a bird. It could be a robin. And then the house one had me like, oh
I know.
my gosh.
Houses are.
So it's all the blocks relate to the book, Little Women.
Oh my
So-
gosh, that is so fun.
So fun. So it is a little bit higher priced block of the month. I think it's $30 a month.
But it's
Well,
wool.
it's
That's
wool.
because it is wool, 100% wool. And you will get all your wool, your beads, your patterns.
Beautiful.
So
It's gonna be so.
it's going to be
So
gorgeous.
we're going to cut the background each month for
Yeah,
them,
they'll
or
get
it's
the
a-
block each month, and it's done on black wool. So each month they'll get that 11 by 15 or whatever is block of wool, plus all of the wool pieces for the applique.
Okay.
And they will each be individually labeled, just like we did on our
Which piece
sand of the
is for
tree.
what?
So you'll open it up, you'll know this piece is for the bird. This
So that
is for
takes all the
snow.
stress out
This
of
is
it.
for, yeah, just makes it easy. You're not trying to like, okay, well, which one is the light blue
trying to see which
texture?
one
Which one's the medium blue texture? You know, no, it's gonna say
That'll be
Yeah.
windows, house, whatever. So
Okay,
makes it.
anyway, have fun
that would just be nice.
with that.
That'll be fun.
And that one is being stitched by Nicole. And she did one of our table talks, I believe, with
Yeah.
Shannon.
Yes.
Yep. So I guess that's all for today. Let's ask a question.
Let's do, this time it will be for the kit, so the pattern and all the supplies to do, this is my happy place, which
Is appropriate,
This is my happy place,
right?
right? So that's what we'll be giving away. So when do you, let's see, when?
Start over.
But there is one
So
in
this
there.
this week's question is
Yeah, this week's question is, what do you do when you get tired of sewing or stitching? Or do you?
yeah.
So what
that's
do
a
you
good
do?
question. Do people even get tired?
Do you get
I
tired of
don't know.
sewing and stitching sometimes? And if so,
I-
what do you do to get you out of that?
I
Energized.
don't necessarily get tired, but I do get in the point where it's like, it's, I don't know, I'm just stuck and
Yeah.
I don't go to my sewing room.
Yeah.
But then I now switch between cross stitch and sewing.
Yep,
So
exactly.
That's a good
You
way
just kind of
to-
switch to
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
sick of sew. Like, you know, I did a bunch of sewing, haven't done cross stitch for a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
you just kind of
Switch it up.
yep.
keeps you going.
Okay,
So, yeah.
so thank you for joining. Comment below and we will be giving away that kit.